Scott Boda here with Steeda Autosports today to talk to you about our brand new Billet Specialty Redline wheels. Not only do they make the car pop and look much better, but we're gonna get into the differences between the beadlock and the non-beadlock and show you just how excited we were when we unboxed these. All right, I am super excited. It's like a kid at Christmas time. Good friend Glenn reached out from Billet Specialties, said, Scott, we think you guys need a new set of wheels for that 2024 Mustang. Went online, picked out these brand new Redline wheels. Anybody knows anything? I love stuff polished, shiny, and we got two different rears. We've got a beadlock rear and a non-beadlock rear. So, Billet Specialties is known for their quality and great packing. Let's see what these look like. Oh boy, look at these. I don't know how they get them polished so nicely. But you can see the machine marks on the faces, but look at those. Wow. So this is obviously the non-beadlock version. So this must be the beadlock, which even though the car is still naturally aspirated, don't really need the beadlock, but anytime you reduce that tire pressure, that wheel is gonna move on that rim a little bit. So there's your beadlock ring. Wow. Glenn, how do you get these things so shiny? It must be a machine. It can't possibly be hand polished. There's your beadlock variety. That's gonna look awesome. I believe these wheels are also a monoblock wheel. Jeez. Jamie better not scratch them when he puts them on. I mean, look at that. Boy, that's sexy. Billet Specialties. Everybody here at Steeda says thank you. So, we just got undone boxing these Billet Specialties Redline wheels. Now these are for the S550. We went with a 17x10 fitment, single beadlock and the non-beadlock. Now Billet Specialties makes all sorts of wheels, not only for S197, but SN95 Mustangs. And if you got a lowrider, a hoopty, they've got wheels for you as well. But the quality has just always been superior in my mind. The billet machining on it, the precise fitment. Let's face it, we never had a problem with tire rubbing on the original Steeda Silver Bullet, even yanking power wheelies, and I attribute that to the absolute perfect fitment of the Billet Specialty wheels. All right, now that we've unboxed the wheels, brought them into our video room, you can see we got two totally different types. We've got a traditional non-beadlock with a nice knurled finish and your single beadlock design. Now these are the Redline wheels from Billet Specialties. It's a monoblock wheel. So what that means is it's made out of a solid chunk of aluminum. It's not gonna be forged, it's not gonna be cast. It's a pretty unique process. Now, why do we have a non-beadlock and a single beadlock? Well, pretty simple. We know we're gonna start pushing this car pretty hard once tuning and fuels become available for it. So we wanna go with the single beadlock design to clamp onto that tire. Now, what do you mean by clamping onto the tire? Well, anytime you drag race, you're typically lowering the rear tire pressure, anywhere on a drag radial from 17 to 21 pounds. Well, with less air pressure comes less physical grip on the rims. That's why on the non-beadlock, you're gonna see a knurled finish trying to keep the tire from actually moving on the rim. A lot of times people will mark their tires to see how much they move it on every pass. And believe it or not, even with low horsepower cars, that tire with the low air pressure is still going to slightly move every single time you go down the track. With a beadlock design, it's going to physically clamp the bead of the tire with two knurled surfaces, and that's going to prevent the tire from rotating on the wheel. Now, you get into Pro Mods, 2,000 horsepower, they're going to run a double beadlock design. But we also want to show off these new Redline wheels from Billet Specialties, and what better way to do it with this awesome beadlock, showing off Billet Specialties and proudly made in the United States. Okay, so we've weighed the wheels. The beadlock came in at 21.75 pounds. The traditional non-beadlock wheel came in at 17.75 pounds. So that's a difference of 4 pounds, or roughly about 18%. Now, rotating mass is very key. The less rotating mass you have and unsprung weight, the quicker you can accelerate the car and the quicker the suspension reacts to changes. So it's 18%. It's probably a little bit more than we'd want on our naturally aspirated car. But like I said, this thing looks killer. This is the wheel we're gonna run. We're gonna put our brand new Mickey Thompsons on this, put the older, about 2.5 years old Mickey Thompsons that we've been racing with, and put them on this wheel for the street use. That way Glenn Vitale, our vice president, doesn't yell at me for using our new nice sticky Mickey Thompson tires to go run errands around town and pick up hay for the horse. So check it out. We're gonna get these bolted up to the Steeda Silver Bullet 2.0. We're gonna go up to South Georgia Motorsports Park on Friday, and we're gonna see if we try and get this thing finally into the tens. So that's a quick breakdown, the differences between a beadlock versus a non-beadlock, what you might want for your combination, when you think you need the beadlocks. But let's face it, for a one-piece billet wheel, these are absolutely gorgeous. Check them out, billetspecialties.com, or find them at steeda.com. Hit like, subscribe, follow us TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube channel, and remember, Steeda, Billet Specialties, where speed matters.